girls and guys!
Welcome back to
The Star Radar. I'm your host Becca Van Sice.
And I'm your co-host Brinley Van Sice. Join us for stargazing, fangirling,
and chatting about all things pop culture. So the main thing that happened this week was Olivia headlined her first festival shows. Her outfits were stunning. She leaned more into the red theme because, as we all know, Sour and Guts was purple. Guts had a little bit of red, but there's been a lot of different theories about her next album.
I don't get that. I don't rewind back to the beginning. I don't get the significance of her performing at her festival thing. Like, that's...
So festivals can be the biggest crowds ever because it's such a big genre of musical fans. So I know for her Brazil show, it was over 100,000 people, and she also broke the record, or she tied the record with Billie Eilish and Miley Cyrus for like the most audience in that. I think it was Lollapalooza Brazil. It was, I think. So it's a really big deal, and it's only 3 years into her career, so it's a really big deal.
Is it like comparatively good, or is it just like good for her? You know what I mean?
It's comparatively good because like, who else can say 3 years into the career? Well, it's 4 years into her career now, but only with 2 albums, she has broken many records. Like headlining as a young female artist, many festivals, headlining all of the ones you're going for is a big accomplishment, especially, she's only 22. Like, I think she's a very popular artist, a main pop girly, as one calls them, but I really don't think people give her enough appreciation because of her amount of success comparable to all these other artists with her discography and everything. Like, I think too, her discography is, she's the only artist to have like a certain amount of songs, all her songs streamed.
Is that why there's like, I don't really know much about like the pop groups, but is that why fangirls fangirl over like Tate McRae and Gracie Abrams and her like all together? And it's kind of like the group that people fangirl over?
Yeah, so that's an interesting concept too, because I've noticed lately, like, everyone knows the main pop girlies. Like, some are debatable, but it's like Sabrina, Taylor, Olivia, Gracie, Ariana, Billie. It's like debatable, but not Billie. I think she's definitely there, but people are debating on who belongs to that category. But I think it's interesting if you notice that a lot of people put themselves in 2 different categories. Like, most people, they'll be like, if you see like even like your normal in real life friends who aren't like chronically online, like there's 2 groups. They'll say they love Taylor, Gracie, and Sabrina, and then there's another group that likes Olivia, Ariana, and Tate McRae. And I've noticed this pattern a lot. Like, if you look at your Swiftie friends, they'll repost Gracie and Sabrina and Taylor. They'll sometimes include Olivia, but I feel like there's 2 separate sides to the fandom. There's Olivia, Gracie, and Taylor. Oh, no, not Olivia. Gracie, Taylor, and Sabrina, and then Olivia, Tate, and Ariana Grande. I think it's like a really interesting thing that I've thought about. There's 2 separate groups of fangirls, and it's interesting because you can tell the difference in each category.
Yeah. Is there like beef between Sabrina and Olivia too? Like, they're from 2 different sides of like the fangirl era. I
mean, there is beef. I mean, I don't like... There's a lot of toxic fans that make it like a big deal, and I think we should respect their music, respect their art, be nice as fans, and support all the pop girlies.
I think it's just like one big club. Like, any club's gonna have drama.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
There's some tensions. There is some tensions between the Livies and the Carpenters, and I personally, like, I agree with some reasons. Like, cancel me if you want, guys, but in my personal opinion, I am a little biased because if you're watching this on YouTube, you can see my wall, and I'm not a toxic fan, but I do have my quiet opinions.
Hey, before we get into like your like opinions, can you like explain to me like what the beef is? Like, what's the...
Okay, so the drama with it is, we all know Olivia released her debut album Sour about a guy she allegedly dated named Joshua Bassett, and there was apparently, we don't know the exact situation, but there was another girl, Sabrina. No fault on her. When that situation happens, you blame the guy. You blame the guy in these kind of situations. But the issue that came across that I kind of realized, and is my opinion on this whole situation, was, so Olivia's debut song, Driver's License, mentioned Sabrina. Not even mentioned her directly, but the only mention of Sabrina herself was, you're probably with that blonde girl who always made me doubt, you're so much older than me, you're everything I'm insecure about. Nothing shading her, nothing nothing mean. It's the song about her heartbreak with Josh. And I don't hate on any pop girlies. I'm glad of their successes, but I do want to point out that all these people that are like, oh, Sabrina's like so great, nothing wrong, and she didn't do anything, like this letter. I just really think it's kind of shady that because of the success of Driver's License, she released a song that said, you can try to get under my skin, but he's all over my skin. Like, fans have interpreted it and be like, oh no, the song's about hating the mean haters, all the fans that are attacking her. But if you listen to the lyrics, it says, don't drive yourself insane. He's all over my skin. That's, like, she knew what she was doing there. You can interpret that however you want.
What if that's like a management, like, type, like, marketing strategy? You know what I mean?
What
if it's not like a personal issue?
But in this industry, I think you have to have boundaries of some sort. Like, if I mean, my opinion will change if I ever got famous, but if I got famous, I'm not gonna, like, I'm not ever gonna write a song dissing Olivia. Like, if my management ever is like, Becca, write this because you know you're gonna get views, and I'm like, I think there's an area where you set boundaries, and if Sabrina didn't have those boundaries and just cared more about that, I mean, no hate to her, but in this situation, I don't know.
I mean, she's still good at writing music and stuff, because, I mean, I don't know, like, the actual fangirl side of it, and, like, her personal stuff, and her, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I listen to her music, and I think her music's good, and I wouldn't really consider myself a fan of her, but she's on my playlist.
Yeah. So another interesting thing I think about Sabrina is I just think, like, I'm not a conspiracy theorist, I am not, like, Illuminati or something, but I really am curious. Isn't it so weird how she blew up all of a sudden? Like, after Driver's License, Emails I Can't Send that album did pretty well. It wasn't mainstream or anything, but Short and Sweet Espresso took over the world, and I think that I really want to, like, be behind the scenes and figure out how that happened, how her team did that, because it's insane. It took over the world, and I do think it was with Taylor Swift's help a little bit, like, not in a shady way. It's understandable because she did boost her career in some aspects, but it's interesting. I'm really curious about that, to be honest.
As someone who's not really kept up with, like, the people, like, getting big and stuff, like, even Gracie Abrams, I didn't really know who she was until we went to, like, the Jingle Ball.
That was fun. It was really fun.
Like, I think that's just a common pattern with, like, the groups that we were talking about, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, that's how they become famous. It's like, they like, get shout-outs from bigger artists and stuff, and they grow their social media through that, you know what I mean? Like their platforms.
Yeah, that's a good point, too, yeah. Like, people want to argue and say that Olivia is...
Like, I don't think it's that weird, you know what I mean? That's what I'm trying to say. I don't think it's that weird.
I don't think it's that weird, either. I really don't think it's that weird. I just think it's so insane, I just think I really want to have a deep dive on her team's rebranding her image, because the rebrand and the quickness it caught on to the public eyes was interesting to me. And to be fair, no shade to her, but has anyone else noticed that Espresso comes on, like, every other song on Spotify? Like, I personally don't listen to her, but I feel like I'm listening to any playlist and she pops up. Like, I'm in class listening to, like, my teacher puts on a random playlist and she pops up. I don't know.
Is that what you call an industry plant?
See, that's an interesting concept.
I saw that term on TikTok, and I don't know if that's, like, the right, like...
Okay, yeah. So an industry plant is kind of somebody that the industry puts in the atmosphere that they're forcing. Like, they plan their success, they make them successful. It's not like a genuine people find them and they just, like, plant them. There's a lot of arguments that there's, like...
Like, I've heard, like, a great example that I've heard was Shabuzi. Shabuzi's an industry plant, is what I've heard.
I mean, I could see that. See, stuff like that kind of concept is interesting to me, too, because isn't that weird, like, songs like that get so viral? Like, the Bar song, I think it's called.
It's kind of a banger, though.
It's kind of a banger, but, I mean, if you ask a random person on the street, is the Bar song on your playlist, their answer is not going to be yes. Like, I feel like it's so interesting how these songs, these, like, specific songs, not artists or, like, albums, get so big and, like, get played on the radio. Like, I wonder if that is
I feel like the umbrella's, like, TikTok songs. Because you're not going to have, like, a TikTok song on your playlist, you know what I mean?
But was the Bar song a TikTok song?
It was a TikTok song. I mean, like, all the, like, middle-aged people used it, and that's kind of how it got famous.
Okay.
It was in, like, people suggested, too, on audios, I think.
Yeah. But who puts it there? The industry. The industry.
Got him there. Got him there.
Another concept I want to talk about right now is Tate McRae, the myth that Tate McRae does not sing on her tours. And again, I am biased because I love Tate McRae, but I just get so mad because the main general public is like, Tate McRae's mid, she doesn't sing, she doesn't, because she's famous for dancing.
Yeah.
She's going to dance, she's a performer,
but
she sings too.
I guess let me add to this. The only person that I really fangirl over is Tate McRae. So I've seen the TikToks and the drama, like the comments with that.
Mm-hmm.
When you go to a concert, you go there for the experience, and you go there for the performance. Nowadays, here's another thing: people hold up their phones, and it's like you see comments on TikToks like, "Oh, not a phone in sight," when there's like everyone holding up phones in front of the recording. Like, you're going there for the performance, not to see her just sing. You know what I mean?
Yeah. See, that's the thing too. I always think, like, I've noticed that too. Like, it's toxic, like you're holding up your camera. But I'm like, to be fair, I want that like, if I was front row to Olivia Rodrigo and was able to give her my crochet purse I made for her, I'm glad I got that in camera. But I do think it's a little.
Yeah, but who recorded it? Me.
Yeah, she recorded it.
You were in the moment.
I was in the moment. Yeah.
And I feel like it should be normalized, at least to maybe wear a GoPro or get those glasses that record.
Yeah.
I feel like you shouldn't be watching the concert through your phone.
Oh yeah. Whenever I do record videos, I always make sure I'm not looking at my phone.
Yeah. I mean, even then, if you want to record a little bit, go ahead and record a little bit. But it just doesn't make sense. You know what I mean? Because you can probably go online and find the exact same video that you're taking.
Yeah. See, I record most of it in my favorite songs, but when Olivia would come near me, I'd put my phone down because I'm like, and I would make her record just to save it.
Well, I mean, the other things I like these artists and stuff. They're on my playlist. It's not like I'm on a fangirl. You know what I mean? If I see them, oh my god, hi, whatever. Yeah. But I'm not gonna be sobbing my eyes out meeting somebody.
Yeah.
Unless it's Tate McRae or Billie Eilish.
So who's your top people? Because my top people, I would say my top is Olivia, then Tate McRae, then Ariana, and I think those are the main. I think Olivia and Tate McRae, I'm the most passionate fangirl. I know every song, all that, and then Ariana, I'm a big fan of. I think those are my top 3.
Yeah. My taste is kind of all over the place. First is definitely David Kushner.
Okay. Yeah.
Definitely. Second, Tate McRae, definitely.
Valid.
Which they might be tied, low key.
Yeah.
Tate McRae is going up.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I've been listening to her music. I don't want to be that kind of person, but I've been listening to her music since she came out with her old songs on YouTube and stuff.
Yeah.
Because we had our little Roblox phase and stuff, which everybody had, middle school, elementary school. Okay, you can't lie to me. Everybody had a Roblox phase, but it's that was the kind of music that I listened to back then, and it was kind of cringy little middle schooler
yeah.
You know what I mean? But I've been a fan for a while.
Yeah.
Not fangirl level, but I'm a fan.
Yeah, and to be totally honest, I've always liked Tate McRae, but I started becoming an actual fan during the Think Later era. I really not even Greed, and I loved another unpopular opinion. People don't respect her as an album artist. They respect her as a single artist, but not her albums. I think the Think Later album.
Can I add somebody to my list? I just thought of.
Yeah.
Chaperone.
Third,
yeah. Definitely. She might be up there if David Kushner and Tate tie.
You know what I'm curious about? There's a big debate. Is Chapel Rowan an industry plant? I don't think she is.
She's literally... Dude, I love Chapel Rowan so much. Don't get me started.
I think she's the most... she had the similar, rollout that Olivia did, where it's, overnight success, genuine success. And I think that's, I think Chapel's the only thing you've gotten near that. It's, you got big. It's not, you were,
I mean, it's not... She opened for Olivia, yes, but it's not Olivia shouted her out and oh my god, this and that with Chapel this, Chapel that, Chapel this. They genuinely had a friendship, and I think that she brought that to the stage and didn't have it how Taylor had brought up Sabrina.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. It was genuine.
Yeah.
Another interesting thing is the Nepo baby discussion. Do you know what a Nepo baby is? A Nepo baby is somebody that, is famous just because their parents are famous. Oh. So, a known one is Gracie Abrams. No, and it's not in a negative, it's a negative connotation, but I don't think it should be in some circumstances. Gracie Abrams, people scream Nepo baby at her. In my opinion, yes, she's a Nepo baby. Yes, her songs are slower. Yes, they're ballads. Yes, she does her little guitar thing. But that's her. She has an awesome voice. She makes awesome ballads. not everybody needs to be dancing and singing and screaming. Like,
Yeah.
I think she's so good at doing what she likes and what she's good at, and people like it. So what's the issue?
I don't know if this is a hot take or not, but I feel like there's not certain criteria you have to meet to become famous. Like, even, like, if you see with Alex Warren, like, he was homeless, he went through all of this stuff, and now look at him. Like, he's big on TikTok, people are going to his concerts, like, his song that came out, like, everyone's all over it. I feel like you shouldn't have certain criteria to get famous, you know?
Yeah, I'm very interested in Alex Warren's, like, career right now. Like, Ordinary is really good, and it's actually really mainstream. Like, that's really big for a TikToker and a YouTuber to, like, be, like, mainstream like that. Like, I know Nessa Barrett is pretty mainstream now. Like, not mainstream, but she's
on
pretty,
my playlist.
Like, she's respected as a musician.
Yeah. Well, she's on my playlist, so is Alex Warren.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that gives you any perspective, because, you know, like,
Yeah.
I'm not really into, like, the pop culture type stuff.
Yeah.
But she's definitely on my playlist, and Alex Warren definitely is, too. And I know, like, even me knowing about Alex Warren's story, like, that's a big
deal.
Yeah.
Because you're not chronically online.
Yeah.
Yeah, I loved Ordinary. I think it's a great song. Like, I know the cringy, like, Book Talk, it's cringy. I know. I hate Book Talk. I've been a reader since middle school, younger than middle school. I've read books during recess since middle school and before. And I just hate the Book Talk, like, oh, spice level out of 10. Nobody cares. Let's not make romance just about
3 hot chili peppers.
Exactly. Why does romance have to be like that? Like, why can't we just talk?
Like, let's not gatekeep things for...
Yeah, and I hate that it's like book talk, because now when I'm at school reading a romance book, because I've always loved romance. I don't like smut. I like romance. So when I want to read romance books at school, people are going to think, oh my god, she's reading a book talk book. No, I'm not. I'm reading a romance book. I'm not reading book talk. Like, there's a difference.
Yeah, how about that one time in your first block when your teacher was like, put that book away?
Okay, that didn't happen, but what did happen like that was she went up to me and she's like, is that an adult book or a young adult book? And I'm like,
how would you know?
Like,
how would you know, girl?
Yeah, I'm like, young adult. And it was young adult, but it's like, I don't know, I just hate the negative connotation around reading now because Book Talk has made it so much about, like...
smut.
Yeah. And the issue is I can't even be like, oh, like, I like nonfiction. No, I like romance books, but I don't like reading smut. I don't read smut.
Yeah.
Like, I think there's a difference and people don't, like, they don't see that difference. And it's really annoying because they see me reading and they just think, oh, she's reading.
It's just like a stereotype now.
It's a stereotype, exactly.
Alright guys, that wraps up this week's Star Report.
Don't forget to follow our TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Spotify, and all the socials.
Please. Get us that Grammys invite.
Yeah, get us that Grammys invite. That's the long-term goal, to be on that Grammys red carpet. Please, guys. Please. Tag the Grammys below. Catch you next week, Stargazers!